As the Turtles, and you showed me from... When was that from, Gavin?
I think that was from 68.
68. And before that, your single, V.O.L.T.A.I.R.E. How do people get hold of your single, should they wish to?
They can download it from iTunes, and it's available on 7-inch in rough trade.
Excellent.
And it'll be available from an online playground store as well soon.
Okay, cool. And where will people find out about your band?
They can find out about it on myspace.com/the Gaa Gaas, spelt with 2 A's.
And you have a website as well, or are you just...
We're currently designing it.
Are you?
And have a merchandise store set up online. Yeah.
Nice, all good. And the Turtles, so where does that come from?
I actually found out about the Turtles through the Lightning Seeds.
Yeah, I was going to say, they stunk that right up, didn't they?
They covered it. And and when I heard the original, I was like, yeah, that's amazing. And, and just really great melodies, and the sort of organ sounds a bit French. Yeah, it's very French. There must be a French influence.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been a kind of nice surprise with the stuff you've brought into play. Like I say, that doesn't sound like that's particularly influenced what you're doing now, but I guess there's maybe bits and bobs of it here and there. Yeah,
I think there's, it's especially in arrangements, and, things like that. And I mean, I don't, as much as I like really dark music, I like a lot of really happy stuff. Yeah. I recently got into a band called the Rifles.
Oh yes.
And they're a really great sort of British pop band who they're very underrated, and
that's kind of Britpoppy, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
And they're really happy, and it's just I really like happy stuff as well as quite dark stuff.
Yeah.
I think you should have that, that mix.
Yeah, you've got a nice Public Image Limited badge and a Bauhaus badge going on.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I love both those bands, and I think when I was wanting to do my band, I wanted to sort of push a bit of that out, and you can hear stuff like Bauhaus and Public Image. And,
sure thing. Yeah.
And I don't mind that. I don't want to be seen as this band that's got to be really original.
Yeah.
And, I don't mind if people can spot our influences and know what we like.
Of course, yeah. What's your favourite Public Image bit?
Favourite song or favourite album?
Either.
I love the Metal Box.
I'm a Metal Box man.
Yeah, it's I can listen to that at home.
Yeah,
and,
me too.
And really enjoy it.
And over again.
Yeah, and I love their other albums. I love the first album, and but Metal Box has just got you can feel a lot of emotion in it, and you can feel sort of what they were about at the time. It was a crossover for punk music in the late 70s. You had obviously John Lydon was in the Sex Pistols, but he got a bit more interesting. I
think he did. Yeah.
He got fed up of making 3-chord pop songs, and he wanted to change his style, and he done it really well.
Absolutely.
Not many bands done it as well as P.I.R.E.
I mean, I've been a sort of vaguely recent convert to it. I mean, when This Is Not a Love Song came out, that was the first I'd heard of him since the Sex Pistols. And I was like 14 or something then, and I thought, yeah, this is great. And I bought that, and then I thought, I'll go and get an album, and I got The Flowers of Romance. And I thought, gee, what the hell is this?
It's a drum album, isn't it?
I took it back. I thought, I can't be doing with this.
You took it back?
Yeah. I mean, it was only a few years ago that I sort of thought, that probably was quite good, and I was, not quite fully formed in my musical taste, and I got it, and I love it.
Yeah, it's a great album.
It's not for every day, and it's not for early mornings, perhaps.
I'd love to have been there when you took it back. You're looking pained, and I'm really sorry.
That's a terrible mistake. But no, Metal Box, just an awesome record. And the Bauhaus as well, I mean, I was a little bit too young to see them first time around, but did you, because they played vaguely recently, didn't they? You didn't see them then, did you?
I didn't see them at their recent... I bought their new album, though, and it's really amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's great. There's a song off it called Mirror Remains.
Okay.
Which is, it's very clever, and Pete Murphy's still, he's doing it really well, and he's doing loads of good collaborations, with people like Trent Reznor of Nails, and it's just great to see him still doing stuff.
Sure thing, yeah.
And not just in that area, he's very he changes about. He goes really electronic when he wants to.
Okay. Do they still look good? I was all about Daniel Ash when I was...
Yeah, I think the image isn't as great as it was, but I mean, I'd like to see them live.
Yeah.
Even if they don't have the whole sort of gothic thing, right? I think the music will still be really great.
Daniel Ash hasn't gone bald, has he?
Maybe.
Oh no, I can't imagine Daniel Ash with not Daniel Ash hair.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. They might all be bald now.
Oh dear.
So it'd be like an army of skinheads on stage.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that, of course. So, as well as your band, you're doing DJing and you're putting on a club night, aren't you?
Yeah.
What is your club night?
It's going to be under the promotional name of Do the Wrong Thing, which will be it'll be like a monthly night in the new year. But the night I'm starting is called JSY Now, which is going to showcase the Jersey music scene based in Brighton now. So there's going to be 7 bands playing, including us. So it'll be the Gaa Gaas, another band called the Mulberries, who've just moved, who are doing quite well.
Yeah.
Parker and the Flowing Well, which is Ben Parker, sort of close friend who's been doing music in Brighton for about 8 years.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, and Kit Ashton. He's doing really well. You went to his album.
I did indeed. Yeah.
And he's a Jersey lad as well. I haven't seen him live yet, so I'm really looking forward to
He's a polished young man.
Yeah, seeing what he's got. And my friend Grant Healy, he was in like a band called the Robot Ninja Dinosaur Beep, who were quite big in Brighton in 2006. They're part of the Wrong music scene.
Right. Okay.
He's in a band now called Fun Hawaii who are playing. And
accessible name.
Yeah, and hopefully a bit more accessible as a band because the Robots were quite hectic. And who else? There's the Midnight Espresso, which is a guy called Chris Bell who used to run loads of big nights in London called The Beat Happening, and he used to put on a lot of Brighton bands like the Sticks and various bands. And another new band called Pirate Video Company who are they've just moved over as well. So it's going to be a Jersey music thing in Brighton, which should be great.
So why? I mean, one would assume that Jersey's not a massive place, and presumably has a fairly small amount of bands compared to somewhere like London, and yet there's an awful lot of Jersey bands in Brighton.
Yeah.
Why have they all come here?
I think it's because Brighton's a lot like Jersey. It's like a seaside town, and I think people sort of want to live somewhere a bit like home. Yeah. Because Jersey's a really nice place to live, and obviously so is Brighton as well.
Yeah.
I can imagine a lot of people wanting to live here rather than I don't know, Skegness or something.
There's the friend phenomena as well, isn't there? Because I used to know an Oxford contingent. There were loads of people that had lived in Oxford, and a couple of them had moved down. Other people visited and went, "This is nice," and then they wanted to be with their friends, and then ended up with quite a gathering of them.
That's sort of what happened with us. Like we moved over as a lot of friends, and everyone was in different bands, and people have stayed, and people have moved on, and. But the good thing about it is I think everyone will come together again for this show, which is really nice because I haven't played in Jersey for 5 years. So it's nice to be, everyone playing on the same bill, which will be, really good.
I noticed something you said. You called it Do the Wrong Thing. That's your night.
Yeah.
But did you say the Wrong music scene? Is that what it's called?
The Wrong music scene was, the Wrong music was nights put on by a guy called DJ Shipmat.
Okay.
And he's a Brighton guy, and that's sort of a label and a little scene that goes on in Brighton, and my night's called Do the Wrong Thing, which I stole from a band called the Lounge Lizards, who are like a experimental jazz band from the late 70s in New York, and they've got a song called Do the Wrong Thing, and it's really nutty. But I quite liked it as a title for a night, so. You'll expect to see a lot of posters about in the new year.
Okay. And that's not always going to be a Jersey thing then, presumably?
No, the first one's going to be a Jersey one, and then it'll just be a continuously monthly night where I put on some sort of really good bands that are, of now. There's some really good bands coming through, like Cold Pumas. They're based in Brighton. They're a bit like Sonic Youthy. Pope Joan as well. Yeah. Really good sound. I want to try and put on some really, really good bands. I used to run a night in Brighton called the Bold Bash, and I used to showcase a lot of really great talent, just throughout the UK. So we put on bands from up north, and I miss doing it. So I'd quite like to do it again. It's always good fun.